You ready?
No.
Did you see if I was in frame?
Yep.
Okay, cool.
Oh,
Let me connect real quick. Ah,
that looks sideways, doesn't it?
you'll be fine. You tested it. Let's see.
Well, sort of.
Well, you're in charge of it now. I'm never doing it again, so.
Oh.
You see I'm wearing my Duran shirt?
Yeah, you see I'm wearing mine? Under this shirt?
Mm-hmm. I need to go to you. I need to go to...
What I'm excited about is the...
Here we are.
New light system.
Oh, yeah, that's not going to be distracting at all.
It's great.
Looks like there's just a...
If we're boring, then they can stare at the light.
There you go.
Mellow out.
So far we got nobody in here, but I'm sure our fans will be here soon.
We're early.
I know. Yeah, sometime.
Some guy was talking to me, and he said he's never heard Stop Dead because he didn't have the whatever album.
Yeah?
Or one of the singles. And I said, well, we have a list.
Ron's here.
Hi, Ron.
Hi, Ron. Sorry, I had to let you know.
And he said, I don't have that. I said, well, we make a list so you can listen to all the songs. I think we might be too slow on those.
Probably.
Well, after this, we got to do Dazzleland is next.
Dazzleland. Ooh la la.
Yeah. You like that?
Yeah. It took me a while this time. I was busy, number one, and number two, we didn't do it while we were in the same room, so it's like a different thing.
Yeah, sometimes I have to check. I forget
Yep.
what's what. Dazzleland's pretty straightforward.
Miss Carpenter is here.
Yay!
Miss Carpenter also says, hey, Thomas and daughter. I'm glad they think I'm the daughter. Do you remember that one gas station lady? I'm not a fan of that.
So you gonna tell him your name is Devin X?
Devin X is way cooler than daughter.
And I'm Exciting Young Thomas.
We can workshop that.
Well, then let's workshop yours.
No, mine's already perfect, so.
Well, there it is. 1 o'clock.
So,
past a little bit.
One moment. Ron says there's a bit of info.
Oh, fire away, Ron.
I'm waiting
Before we
for
start
Ron.
the thank you.
Laser
Brain. Hello, Laser Brain.
Hello, Laser Brain. I got very detailed notes today.
Wow, you're going to get crazy.
I know. There's about one sentence each, so.
I guess we should talk about Evil Woman.
I'm very excited.
We got to hear a little snippet this week, and in a few days, you're going to get to hear the whole song.
I know some non-Duranis who are pretty excited about that.
Yeah?
I told some people who are not super into Duran, and they're like, I can't wait.
Maybe it'll be their gateway.
Maybe.
And they'll be all like, I gotta get involved in that.
You know how you said you don't find Star Trek friends, you make Star Trek friends? That's what I'm trying to do with Duran right now.
Yeah, why not?
Some of my friends, I'll occasionally play something as like a gateway into it.
You know what I usually do is I put something in their drink and drug them and play the music.
That's not that fun. I don't like those kinds of jokes.
Joke?
Uh-huh.
Oh, yes, joke.
Duran hit the top downloads other week. Both New Moon hit the charts, only band to enter.
Wow.
That's what Ron has to say. Tom Baker is also here.
Yay,
Hello
Tom
from
Baker.
Denmark. Just kidding, from Belgium.
Good day, mate.
Woo! Miss Carpenter, are you Thomas' daughter? Yes, I am. I am Thomas' daughter.
You are Devin X.
Devin X, Thomas' daughter.
Exciting Young Thomas.
Woo!
Yeah, New Moon. Pretty good. We talked about that last week. Evil Woman sounds very good. I had some kind of bad news.
What did you do?
I was able to find out what is in that 3 or 4 album set.
Mm-hmm. Is it something we're not going to have?
All the other songs,
Mm-hmm.
one's instrumental and some others are like spoken word. So, I don't know about that.
I don't know about that.
But again, we haven't whatevered, so.
At the same time, only ever band to do that. Brilliant. Beat After Beat's here.
Yay.
Hello, Duranis. Come Undone hit 330 million views on YouTube.
Isn't that something that's the number one song?
That's wild, man.
I probably wouldn't have got that with 25 guesses.
I would have said Rio. And that would have been my guess. And
Right.
I would have been wrong. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause I don't even think I heard of that song until We talked about
Well,
it.
this is the 90s. That's the problem. This is when they were dipping.
Oh, well.
And it
Whoops.
never, they still play it live, but that Paper Gods tour, they were trying to get us excited about too much information. I don't know if you remember they played that.
Mm-hmm.
And the audience just went like they didn't care. There was a couple of yays.
Yeah.
And do you remember the one where nobody said anything?
I gotta be honest, that was such a while ago. I remember vague parts of it.
So they did Danceophobia.
I remember that.
And at that time it was new. Probably most of the people hadn't even heard it.
I know what it is. Canonopia.
So they did that, no clapping, nothing. And Simon looked at everybody and went, okay. I don't know if it was ever played again.
I think that's pretty bad.
All right, well, let's fire this up. What are we doing here, Laser Brain?
We were talking about Beat After Beat says, "What is that cool light?"
Isn't that great?
Yeah.
One of our sponsors gave that to us.
That's funny. We were just making fun of that light, and now it's kind of catching on. You know what? I kind of like it. It adds some excitement to our video. And in case you haven't noticed, we are tilted.
We are?
Yeah, look. You can especially tell because that light is straight up.
Uh-huh.
So we're like that.
Well, I'm loath to touch it.
Beat After Beat says, "Beam me up, Scotty." That's exactly what I was thinking.
Well, our sponsor put that together and said, I don't know what I'm going to do with that. And I said, you know what? I know what I could do with it.
Isn't our sponsor you?
No.
Oh, okay. Just checking.
That wasn't me. That was somebody else who likes to make people drive an hour to pick up garbage. And then
Ron says this light is good, and I'm wearing a Duran t-shirt. Yep. It's my new thing I'm trying. I'm going to remember to put on a Duran shirt every Saturday. I don't have many. I have like, he's playing with it.
I guess it's an OCD. I can't.
Yeah. So I have like 4 or 5 Duran shirts, and I think I've
Really?
already worn most of them so far.
I think I only have 1 or 2. And one of them I couldn't fit in,
The blue one?
even if I was an 8-year-old boy.
Do you think I should wear the blue one next time?
Why not?
I
People
think
would
that's
be
a great
excited.
one.
Actually, some of you could tell us. It was sold to me as a official vintage 7 and the Ragged Tiger tour shirt.
Mm-hmm.
I have my doubts, and when you see it, I think you'll have your doubts. It's the most unflattering. Nick looks like he got beat in the ring for 12 rounds.
I went to an 80s night, pottery night,
I remember that.
and I wore that blue Duran shirt, and I got all did up, and I didn't win the contest, even though somebody said I looked like I was from the Breakfast Club.
Wow.
Yeah.
Which one?
Oh.
The chick with the dandruff or
You want to know who won
Anthony
the contest?
Michael Hall?
You want to know who won the contest?
Hmm.
The person who put on the cheesy 80s outfit you can get off of Amazon.
Oh.
Yeah, instead of me who looked authentic.
Well, I would tell you, I won a Christmas sweater contest wasn't even a sweater off of Amazon.
Mm-hmm.
And I won.
I
So
want to point out, I was just telling that story to someone like 2 days ago.
that might still be around somewhere.
Yeah, that's exciting.
Wouldn't that be great?
Yeah.
You know what else is exciting?
What?
Duran, instead of making us wait a while, they gave us this. Thank you.
Thank you.
Now, what's different about this is it's an entire album. Well, I guess we had the discussion last week that Drive-By is not a cover. It's a reworking of The Chauffeur, but
Yeah.
whatever. And it's more of like a poetry or something. But anyway, they were able to fill out all these songs because they're covers.
Mm-hmm.
And as someone who has written something that resembles a song, I can tell you, much easier to do a cover.
Yes, it is.
I could probably crank out a cover in 45 minutes to an hour.
Yep.
You don't have to write the lyrics or think of an idea. You just do it.
Do it, maybe jazz it up a little.
Now, the difference here is they took all these songs and then did a really good job with it. The thing I would do in 45 minutes or an hour wouldn't be that fantastic. Every one of these is done professionally and blah, blah, blah.
I don't agree.
Well, I don't know if you don't care for the song. I'm talking about the production level.
No, I don't agree.
Okay, well,
They put some weird filter on his voice for a bunch of them.
Well, that's the 90s, right?
But it was like weird.
Yeah.
So
I
it
know what you
kind
mean.
of took away the production value from me.
Yeah.
That's my thought. We're going to play a good cop, bad cop here.
Well, this one, I remember this was like a novel thing. the CD looked like a 45.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people were excited about that.
Oh, 45.
Not me. And then, because
Not me.
remember, I told you
Mm-hmm.
I found this in the Dollar Tree once. Here is a sealed copy from the Dollar Tree.
Yay!
It's still sealed.
Same story. Yeah,
A
because
little chewy, but
it's a relic of its time.
yeah, it's a time capsule.
Mm-hmm. It should have been B-sides.
Not only that, the Dollar Tree, look, it's cracked.
Yeah.
That's
well,
the Dollar Tree. What is the first song?
White Lines, Don't Do It.
Yeah.
Feat Mel, Grandmaster Flash, and the Furious ... I'm sure
right.
it says the full name, but
White
that's what I can see.
Lines.
Red frame, white line, do 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 do.
It was sort of a rap song, and they made it groovy.
I prefer red frame, white line.
Yeah, you're a big OMD fan?
In that specific case, yeah.
Yeah, it's all kind of weaselly there.
Got it.
It looks like I never got around to getting the other CD. I don't see it here.
Talking about, what do you got now?
White Lines again.
Oh, just more white lines?
Yeah.
I got you.
I collect a lot of these things, so. What did you think of White Lines?
Violently Not Simon, kind of hard to pull off such a different style.
Well, it's a rap.
That's my note. Well, he's done good rap. On this album, I think I point out he did one good rap on here.
Okay, I can't wait to hear that.
I wasn't a fan of this one, though. That was my note after listening to it for the first... All of these, it's my first time hearing it.
So, oh, really?
Yes.
So you would say you'd prefer They Never Did It?
Yeah.
You don't like songs about cocaine and...
I mean, I love songs about cocaine, just not this one.
Wow.
Yeah.
You didn't even like that guitar riff? I
don't like it.
Okay, well, you don't have to like it.
Yeah.
This was the lead single, lead track, Rocks.
I remember years and years ago, Duran always said they would never do covers, and the die-hard Duranis turned against them. You are right, strange filters, it doesn't work. Someone agreed with me. The weird filters.
I wasn't judging the filters or not. If you're asking me, do I like a filter on his voice? I absolutely do not.
I've got the original vinyl 7-inch of
Ooh.
Mel B.
Mel B.
M-E-L-B.
Melly Mel.
I like it, but fed up of keep hearing on tour.
White Lines, well, they love it because it rocks.
Yeah, well.
They're just like Notorious. They play that one every time, too, because that rocks.
No, Notorious really rocks. Don't even compare the two.
Well, one's more R&B, and this is more style of the 90s, hard rockin'. Remember, they did the whole tour for the wedding album acoustically.
Which is okay.
Well,
I went to...
You don't like filters? I don't care for acoustic.
Which is funny because the last time I went to a concert, I was really excited about it. It ended up being acoustic.
Wow.
How do you like that? Yeah.
I saw Juliana Hatfield once. She came out with just an electric guitar and an amplifier. And I thought, what is this cheap garbage?
Uh-huh.
She actually did a really great job
See?
with just her playing an electric guitar. That is not easy to do. No loops, no drums.
The guitar riff was ridiculous. So fake, that guitar. And then beat after beat says White Lines is good. We're having a fight in the...
There's no fighting.
Nah, it's like a fun fight.
You know, there's no way to quantify taste in music.
There is always fun fighting with someone about your favorite band. Mm-hmm. It's just fun.
Well, discussion is what I'd call it.
It's not me. No.
Yeah, you like to fight. Okay.
Fight.
Well, this is your kind of song. This song is kind of fighty.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I heard it, and listen, I mean, there's nothing really on this album that, because they were all, for the longest time, if somebody had asked me what's the best Duran Duran album and what's the worst one, this would have always been in the back. And it was just simply because they didn't write the songs.
Yeah. Didn't you say they wrote like one of them or no?
The chauffeur is on here. It's called Drive By. It is a reworked chauffeur. And it's mostly him speaking a poem, and then it sort of devolves into the chauffeur.
Okay.
And at this time, too, there was an acoustic version of the chauffeur, I think they were playing. I can't remember. This is the heavy marketing time. Remember I was telling you about that? Remember all of those CD singles last time? And a bunch of the extra discs had old tracks to get you to... It was almost like greatest hit singles with it. This carries on here. They released many copies of this stuff. and just started cranking out
Okay.
acoustic versions and stuff like that. I looked for the thank you demos. I couldn't find those.
Tom Baker likes White Lines, but certain elements are ridiculous.
Listen, if you want to talk ridiculous, this album is ridiculous.
Well, there you go.
Aside from a couple of things,
Mm-hmm.
but the whole premise of this record is ridiculous.
Okay, well, there you go.
They've gotten much better at covers, as the dance album will tell you. I was
True.
listening to that on the way home today,
Oh, look at
and I was
you.
like, you know what? They did a really good job with these because these are songs I didn't really care for.
Yeah, I do like a good cover.
Right.
There's like maybe one or two on this album that I like really enjoyed,
Mm-hmm.
and I noted them as such when we get there.
Okay. So that's it for White Lines. Did you watch the video? Oh, it's too bad. It's a little wild.
I listened to the music, and that's as good as I did.
Okay. And this is still in their midlife crisis stage,
Mm-hmm.
which pretty much carries on till Pop Trash.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a weird.
Era.
It's a weird era. I call it the midlife crisis. What's the next track we could talk about?
I want to take you higher, and I have
Okay,
a
hit
thought.
me.
I want to take you higher, and I also want to talk about the second one. I want to take you higher again.
Isn't that weird?
Can we talk about them back to back? Because I think that
Sure.
would be more interesting.
But first off, don't you think that's weird?
Yeah.
Why not put the alternative version on one of these singles that they're trying to sell?
Well, maybe because they couldn't decide which one they like better.
Isn't that interesting?
Yeah.
And I will just tell you anecdotally, I heard that, I think I mentioned this last week,
Mm-hmm.
there were camps.
Mm-hmm.
There was the Nick and Warren camp and the John and Simon camp, and they were all sort of arm wrestling each other about these mixes and these songs and etc. So maybe it was a long drag out fight, and we're like, fuck it, we're putting both of them on there.
Okay.
Maybe. So lay it on me. I want to take you higher.
So I want to take you higher. I said way better Simon-wise
Mhm.
for like vocals and
Both of them?
style. No, I'm talking about just the first one.
First one, okay.
And then I said I kind of liked it. But if we go to I want to take you higher again or
Mhm.
take you whatever.
Alternate version.
Yeah, whatever that is. I said kind of like this new spin. Still hard to pull off, but sounds a lot better. So I like the second one better.
So you're glad it's on there.
The second one I like better. I could have done without the first one.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
Well, I'll tell you, I probably could have done without either. But
well, Beat After Beat agrees with you. Want to take you higher, don't like.
yeah, it's just, and it's not that I don't like it. I've said this many times before. Either a song reaches in and touches your soul, or it doesn't. If it doesn't invoke some kind of emotion, joy, whatever, tears, it doesn't matter. If it wakes you up out of our zombie state, then I say it's good.
I think the second one did that for me.
Okay, so you'd like that.
Considering how many of them I didn't like, it was a nice breath of fresh air.
Okay.
And Tom Baker says about this song, in this case, I like the ridiculousness. So Tom Baker and I are kind of on the same page. It's meant to be funny. That's what Tom Baker says.
Okay.
Tom Baker knows more than we do.
Oh, I listen.
Yeah.
I do not engage in any kind of Tom Baker is wrong.
Yeah.
Tom Baker is right. But there is one song on this album that is, if you want to talk ridiculous, is ridiculous to the 10th power.
Well, now I'm excited to hear.
Yes.
Yeah, keep you on the edge of your seat.
So, what's next?
If a song makes you cry, mean the song is working.
Or smile, or laugh, or joy, or dance.
So you ready for this? Perfect Day.
All right, so Perfect Day. This was also a single.
Ready for my notes?
Not yet. Did you watch the video?
No, I said I didn't watch the videos. I said I listened to the songs and that's as good as I got.
Okay, so this was a big deal. They made a video for it. And who was playing the drums?
Who?
Roger Taylor.
Yeah.
Back from wherever he went,
10
years later, the return of Roger Taylor for one video.
I'm
not 100% sure he played on this. I don't know that he played on the record at all.
Okay.
Very good to see him.
Yep.
And actually, that's a pretty interesting video. They're kind of in a box.
Okay.
But so let's get the perfect day, because this is the only other single.
So by the way, let's take a moment for comments.
Fire away.
Tom Baker says it's funny because it's British humor on that last song.
I Want to Take You Higher.
Yeah. Ron's been listening to the album today. He thinks it's okay. Beat after beat. Perfect day I like. Ron says yes, 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 love it. Beat after beat. Rogers come back.
Yes.
All right.
Wasn't that exciting? Ask him. Wasn't that exciting?
Wasn't that exciting?
I was so happy to see him, and I had no idea he was going to be in it.
Ron says when I see him, I S myself. Lol.
I didn't do that, but
I think you did.
now maybe this one came from the Dollar Tree.
Maybe.
Oh look, it's missing a whole leg. Listen, when it breaks,
You
it breaks.
You want to go home?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, I'm there.
Let's go to bed. You can go lay down for a while.
I'm gonna have to repair that. And by repair, I mean just get a new case.
Hey, my favorite part is there's a slight lag on this, so I got to watch it again.
Isn't that nice?
You messing up?
I can do that more if you like. Here's another one I have. Stuff on here.
Roger needs 2 hands for this. Lol.
That is a line from their press conference.
It is weird the Perfect Day cover went #1 by Various Artists cover in 1998.
Really?
That's what Tom says.
What does that mean, various artists? Other people did Perfect Day?
Sounds like it.
Come back here. That one's nicer, huh?
You're
This one looks like an import.
You're not good at this.
Well, I just haven't touched
Also,
the
why do you
inner
have
ones
so many things of Perfect Day?
Because I have a problem.
Mm-hmm.
That one there. And then, by the way, this is the last thing I can show.
Have you the single on vinyl Sniff and Smell?
Oh, was there? I don't think I have that. I stopped buying vinyl in... Notorious was the last vinyl I bought, I think. Maybe I didn't even buy that. I must have. But big thing, I never had the vinyl. I had moved on to CDs, and I thought CDs were great.
Yeah.
It's going to be hard to show that. These foldy ones are very hard to show.
There's also 500 million words in cursive on it. Get away from me.
Now, I can't remember who did this. Lou Reed, right? I think we discussed that last week, that Lou Reed actually wrote Perfect Day.
Okay, yeah. I remember that.
Lou Reed said, if I could sing that good, this is exactly how I would have done this song. And it's the best cover of one of my songs ever, period, end report.
Wow.
So the guy who wrote it
Liked it.
said they did a better job with it than he did.
So that's, I mean, I guess my opinion's not very wild then. Not the biggest fan of slower songs, but I love Simon's vocal on this one. This is my favorite thus far.
Yes.
And then that remained true. I think, no. I'm gonna leave that open for interpretation.
So, Perfect Day, yeah. I mean, wow.
Mm-hmm.
The vocals on this and the arrangement is, I mean, it's no wonder it was a single, and it's no wonder they put out so many.
Ron says it smelled of strawberry ice cream. Because look, you got a picture of strawberry ice cream on it.
I remember something about that, but I don't know how I didn't get a hold of that.
That sounds fun.
Probably because I wasn't buying vinyl.
That reminds me of like those old Care Bears that smell good.
Because for a while there, the vinyl was shrinking every time you went to the store. Like now you can't find DVDs in the store.
Yeah.
It just keeps getting, like Target had walls of discs, and then one wall of disc, and then one kiosk, and then they said, nah. Would you please go to our website and pay $5 to $10 more per disc and wait 4 weeks when we send it because we're not Amazon?
Yep.
I said,
You didn't like that?
No.
Okay. Just checking.
Like sometimes Target had exclusive steel books and whatever.
So
I would have to go in there.
I have a question.
Sure.
Could that song not be, what do we call it? When you're picking your favorite, your least favorite, and
Sleeper.
sleeper. Could this song not be a sleeper because it was a single?
This song was big.
So it would...
These couldn't be a sleeper.
Couldn't be a sleeper. Okay.
I mean, it could, but you'd be
was
like, people would be
curious.
like, Sleeper?
Yeah.
I know this song.
Yeah, okay. No, that's okay.
Because remember, the idea of Sleeper was to elevate it.
I know. You know, every time I ask this, you don't have to re-explain what a sleeper is.
Okay.
I'm just saying, is this the popular song from this thing.
You could do whatever you want. If you want to call it sleeper,
Mm.
I would argue this is the most successful single off this record.
Okay, then forget I asked. That's
But
Uh-oh.
I will say this.
Mm-hmm.
This album is not, if you ask somebody out on the street who knew anything at all, I don't think they could ever come up with the name of this record or what it was.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't think it hit that hard.
Mm-hmm.
Even though they really went out and promoted this, and they did record signings. And I even saw them on the news. There was a morning show in L.A. Simon and Warren did that, and they did an acoustic version of Crystal Ship. And they said, come buy our record. I thought, wow, these guys are hustling.
By the way, I didn't tell you earlier, but when you fix the camera, it looks 1,000 times better.
Oh.
Sorry, I was staring at the light through this thing
See,
while
I
you were
told
talking.
You resisted the light.
Yeah, well, now I kind of like it.
Now you are the light.
I like it kind of separates us, too. Like, we're one laser brain, and then the other laser brain, and then here's the laser. Brain, laser.
Did you ever see the Brady Bunch where they put a piece of tape down the middle of the house? Nobody could go on that side.
I do remember that. Can we watch that? Sounds great.
Sure, if I remember where it is.
Well, we can make it happen. I'm sure.
All right, take it easy.
Oh,
I think Lucy did that too.
Lucy also did that.
Yeah.
Wasn't she the first one to do it?
Probably. Lucy's the first thing to do everything.
Yeah. Can you please explain what you call sleeper, etc.? I get confused, lol.
So, it's, what do you think? We don't talk absolutes, and we're trying not to be negative at all. So when I say your best is the song you like the most, when I say the song you like the least, not the one you hate, not the one that's trash or garbage, just if you're going to play this record, what's the one you're probably going to skip?
I say it's trash or garbage.
And then sleeper is, hey, here's a song that didn't get much attention, but it's beautiful.
And you have to check it out.
It's a hey, would you like your life a little bit better?
It wasn't popular, but you think it's really good.
Or it deserves some attention.
Yeah, that's what a sleeper is.
These are for more of the, like Tom Baker is not, I'm sure Tom Baker knows every single song and every single B-side. So there is no sleeper for him per se, because he's going to know it, going to hear it, etc. Yeah. I'm the same way almost. I think there's only one album I probably couldn't tell you maybe one or two tracks off the album.
Okay.
Every one of these others, I could tell you every track.
Okay.
If you said Paper Gods, I could fire them all off and all the B-sides.
I think I might be able to as well.
Well, we should try that then.
Yeah, because I think that's one of the ones, that's like the first album that came out where I was dialed in. So it's like, I could probably tell you all the songs on it. Maybe not the right order.
Oh, that's fine.
But I think I can name all of them. So that'll be a fun thing to do.
So that's sleeper.
Tom Baker says, I was live with Roger Christian last week asking about Duran on a live chat.
I'm not sure who Roger Christian is. Who is he? A host?
I don't know. Know.
The world has changed so much. I was watching YouTube yesterday, and I was sitting there thinking, there really is, everybody that you ever knew that was on TV that is not on TV anymore splintered off and is now on YouTube.
Yeah.
Doing a show, and they're completely free to do whatever they want. None of that format. If you got the whatever that thing we have is, you don't even have to watch the commercials. And it's changed. So the guy he's talking about could be a podcaster now.
So are you ready to hear?
Yeah.
He also made the Sabre, S-A-B-R-E, in screen. He designed Star Wars Alien Arcadia video, won Oscar.
Wow.
Yeah.
I guess I should know that. What did he have to say?
Well, I guess we're going to find out. Also, Ron says the album hit number 12 in the UK and number 19 in the USA.
You know what? That's way better than I thought.
Me too, actually.
I'm glad I could help with that. I was there day one.
Yeah.
I got to be over at probably the warehouse or whatever the hell. No, I think there was a tower at this point where I was.
Oh, the lightsaber from Star Wars he made.
Wow.
Yeah.
Talk about iconic.
That's fancy.
Is there any cooler weapon in all of cinema?
Lightsaber. The Star Trek gun that goes beep, 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 beep.
Phaser? Yeah, I would say that the lightsaber is more iconic, though.
Nah.
It is. Well, the phaser is more like just a gun.
Nah, the phaser's great.
The idea of these swords with lasers.
My favorite one is the phaser, but that just looks like a rifle.
The rifle, yeah, the Voyager rifle.
Well, there's that, and there's also one that Spock was holding one time.
With a big dish
yeah.
or thing. Yeah, that was pretty cheeseball.
It was cool.
That was. I think that only showed up once.
Okay. So we get a little off track.
Yeah.
So are you ready for the next one?
Uh-huh.
I'll let you know if he says anything else about how that went.
Okay.
Number 4. Oh, I asked about the Arcadia video and Ridley Scott. He said a lot.
So Ridley Scott, Blade Runner, Alien.
None of my favorites.
Well, I mean, these are iconic movies.
They're iconic. It's just...
lately, he's been doing. I think he's doing the Gladiator sequel, which Gladiator I didn't like. How are you going to do a sequel without? I think. Well, I probably shouldn't spoil Gladiator.
Yeah.
Somebody. He did that. He did that movie with. It had Matt Damon, Ben Affleck, and Kylo Ren. What the hell is that guy's name? Adam Driver in it, and it was like in France, and it was, they were still on horses and shit.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a weird movie. There was a problem. Matt Damon was married to some chick, and Ben Affleck was sort of just under the king.
Mm-hmm.
And he had a guy he really liked, Adam Driver.
Mm-hmm.
Something happened with the wife. There was some kind of rape or something.
Mm-hmm.
And the movie would show, this is the point of view of Matt Damon. And you'd watch it for 20 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And then it would go, here's this chick's point of view.
Mm-hmm.
And you watch that for 20 minutes. And then you would say, here's Adam Driver's view of what happened.
Mm-hmm. Fun.
Except by the time you got to the third one, so that's when he lashed out and said, people are too stupid now to watch movies. They have no attention span, and they watch garbage like Avengers or stuff like that. That's Ridley Scott.
Avengers. Okay.
I like Ridley Scott's movies.
The video was Roger Christian on the channel Costume CO.
Mm-hmm.
So if you wanted to go see Tom Baker asking questions.
So when they say Arcadia,
music video.
He did a music video, or he did them all? I don't think he did them all.
Arcadia video is what it says. So it sounds like he did one.
So the videos for Arcadia are Election Day, Goodbye is Forever, Promise,
mm-hmm.
and then Missing got one somehow.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Election Day.
Ooh, Election Day.
Ooh.
Well, that was a pretty fancy one.
Yeah, well, there you go.
That must have cost a lot of money.
Mm-hmm. There you go.
So where were we?
Watching The Detectives.
So watching The Detectives. I'm not a big Elvis Costello fan.
Mm-hmm.
And the original version of this tune is not my favorite either, but I kind of like the way they do this one.
I had a bit of a sassy answer for my notes.
Fire away.
No, thank you.
Oh, you don't like that? Watching The Detectives.
See,
he's so cute.
The reason that one's fun is because the album's called Thank You, and I said no thank you.
Oh.
Yeah.
I see what you did there.
It's really, really clever.
It is.
So I didn't like it.
So you don't like watching The Detectives. How many times did you hear it? Just once? Because that's a grower.
Beat After Beat says watching The Detectives I like.
Me too.
I don't agree.
But I probably didn't like it the first time I heard it, but you hear it more and more.
Keep in mind, me not liking a song that everybody else liked is what got us our fans in the first place.
Yes.
So...
Yeah, right. You had some hot take on something.
I said I didn't like a really popular song, and then people in chat were like, what?
Was it Secret October?
I think it was Secret October.
Yeah, that's pretty wild.
Just because I said it wasn't my favorite, I didn't say I hated it.
I know the song is so iconic with, next level fans.
Secret October.
What's good about Secret October is the lyrics are just wild. If you listen to every single lyric, it's telling a story in an interesting way and using words you don't normally hear, which is wonderful about his writing style. He's not picking up the, oh baby, I love you baby. He's way more out there with it.
Tom says this song, the one we're talking about,
Watching The Detectives.
it was not my favorite, and Ron says it's okay.
Yeah.
So sounds like you and Beat After Beat need to have a
I
little
like it.
powwow.
If
I
I
know.
play the Thank You album, I'm listening to that track.
Oh, I'm not.
But I'll probably skip I Want to Take You Higher.
What about the second one?
What? Oh, uh, same difference. I mean, I guess I'm with you. I guess the
Yeah,
second
second one
version
is
is better,
better.
but
Secret October is my top 10 and Leap Bar too. Sorry, Tom.
Late Bar, I mean, how do you get that out of your head?
Leap Bar is kind of fun.
La 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 late bar.
I said it,
La,
I believe
la.
I believe when we talked about it, I said I like that song. So.
Yeah. You can't get that. That's like serious. You can't get that out of your head once it
Oh
starts.
no, Sirius is on a whole new level.
It is.
Yeah.
That riff, but Late Bar 2 gets in my head and I can't
Last
get rid
week
of it.
we heard some song and I was like, "Serious?" Question mark? Because
That's
it had a
right.
similar guitar riff.
Yeah. I remember that.
Are you ready for the next one?
Yeah, go ahead.
Lay Lady Lay.
Lay Lady Lay. I am not a Bob Dylan fan.
Oh, okay.
I don't understand why people like him. His voice is so off-putting to me. He sings like this.
Tom yells Andy!
I like Andy.
Exclamation mark. Does that mean he was on this song?
Was it? No, I don't think they were talking to him.
Tom, tell me why you said Andy.
Yeah,
And then Beat After Beat says, Lay Lady is pretty, I like.
it is very good. Probably the only Dylan song I like, and it's because they reworked it.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm sure I don't even think I've heard his version, but I'm sure it's lay lady lay, lay across my big black bay.
You ready for
If you want to understand Bob Dylan, listen to the knockoff version of Do They Know It's Christmas. It's called USA for Africa.
Christmas time.
The Americans did hey, they're making us look stupid. We got to do our own.
Mm-hmm.
And they did, what is the name of that? We are the world. We are the children. And then Bob Dylan comes on and he goes, it's true. We'll make a better day for me and you.
I feel like I'm really there.
It stands out like, what is going on? Talk about a guy who's overrated. In my
The
opinion.
guitar of Late Bar I like versus the guitar in Sirius, but of course both songs are fantastic. And Miss Carpenter says lull to your performance.
Oh, thank you. I
Yeah.
do the best I can.
Yeah.
I'm sure Bob Dylan hears that and goes,
Mm-hmm.
who are you? What did you do?
Bob sucks, Miss Carpenter says. There you go.
And I can't give you an opinion on his writing skills and the way he does the songs because the voice to me is so off-putting that I just don't want to hear him sing. But Lay Lady Lay I think is a beautiful song.
Very good Simon vocals.
Yes, that's always the key. If Simon is not using effects on his voice and is just that beautiful, buttery, whatever frequency his voice is on, that goes right into my brain. That's the frequency I like.
The lyrics are weird, but I get it.
Yeah, well, I mean, this is a different time, right?
Well, I'm just telling you what my notes were.
Yeah, yeah.
I believe I did these notes yesterday.
Those lyrics are probably shocking to you.
Not shocking.
I grew up in the era of you called women toots.
I just said it was
Hey,
weird.
toots.
I just said it was weird. I didn't say
Yeah.
I was all fired up about it. Bob is a grumpy man, Tom Baker says. There you go.
I don't know. People say he's the greatest ever, and
Miss Carpenter says you did the perfect imitation of Bob.
See?
Mm-hmm. Dylan signed a deal with the devil. He is still playing.
Yeah, I heard he sold his catalog to whatever corporation that's gobbling up everybody's songs.
Yeah, well, there you go.
And he used to be the antithesis, is the word, of non-commercialism.
Mm-hmm.
You don't hear his songs in a Pepsi commercial or stuff like that. And then he sold out to the empire.
Dude, it was artists that just came out with songs this year I'm seeing on ads, and I'm like, really?
I saw a thing today. Have you ever heard of Live Nation?
No.
So that's when you go to a concert. Most of the concerts are Live Nation Presents.
Mm-hmm.
And they're an amalgamation of Ticketmaster and what was the other company? I can't remember. Somebody will tell me no.
Okay.
Anyway, they merged.
Mhm.
and they control everything. They control the ticket prices. They own the arenas.
Mhm.
So what they're doing now is they're getting artists and trying to put them out on tour and go to these venues, right? But they
Mhm.
write these contracts that, like the one guy I was listening to, he said they gave me $1 million check
Mhm.
up front, and they said we're going to put you on tour and you're going to go to all these arenas. And then he, out of that $1 million, because he's got to pay it back, it's
Mhm.
an advance, out of his profits, and the only profits he gets are the ticket sales.
Mhm.
So whatever the ticket sold for, he gets a percentage of that, and that pays back the $1 million.
Mhm.
But meanwhile, Ticketmaster and Live Nation are getting all of the money. You ever buy a ticket on Ticketmaster?
Yes.
The fees are like $35, $40, $50.
Oh, I promise, I know.
And the prices are gross.
When I went to that NSP concert.
Mm-hmm. That was Ticketmaster.
Mm-hmm.
So then the parking at the venue and the $20 hot dog,
Mm-hmm.
all of that stuff, they get all that money,
Mm-hmm.
plus a percentage of those ticket sales.
Mm-hmm.
But then everything he does, like the bus to get to the stadium or the plane and all the backup musicians,
Mhm.
set up, the crew, he's got to pay for all of that out of that
Mhm.
$1 million. He said he walked out of there, he was in debt after the tour. He didn't make
Yeah.
any money.
Great.
And they do that, and he said he realized they just run people through. I was a body
Mhm.
to get that money.
Mhm.
So I don't know if Duran Duran is doing that. I don't know if they're affiliated with Live Nation.
I don't
I mean,
know.
they're playing Madison Square Garden
Mhm.
here in a couple of weeks.
Must mean something.
But I don't know if it's Live Nation. I wouldn't think so. They're probably smarter than that.
Dylan signed a deal with the devil. He can't stop playing, not allowed to. Tom Baker says, from the Dylan era, I prefer the Doors.
Yes.
Does that mean anything to
Yes.
you? Okay.
And well, there's a Doors track on this Thank You album. I like the Doors.
Mhm.
They have a greatest hits package that's most of them are right there.
Mhm.
It's listen, it's a 60s psychedelic vibe that they have.
Mhm.
But they had a good front man who knew how to write good lyrics, and the backup musicians, the guy playing I don't want to call it a keyboard, but it's like a tacky organ.
Mhm.
You've heard Light My Fire and stuff
Harpsichord?
like that, right?
Harpsichord?
It wasn't a harpsichord, but it sort of sounds like that. You know,
Okay.
Light My Fire, right?
Yeah.
And Break On Through to the Other Side.
Yes.
Yeah. That's the Doors. And there's one coming up here that's very good too.
Okay.
So tell me, what are we on next?
9/11 is a joke.
And it is a joke. Have you ever heard the original version with Flavor Flav?
No.
Don't even know who that is.
I know who that is.
Okay.
Never heard it.
He wears that big clock on his neck.
I've heard of him.
So this song was not a joke. It
Mhm.
was a serious commentary on where he lived.
Mhm.
People would get shot.
Mhm.
They would call 911,
Mhm.
and they would take their sweet time getting there because they didn't want to go in that area.
Beat after beat says no good.
Well, you hear that. So it's a serious. During this time period, the rappers were getting nasty, and they were like cop killer songs, and they were pissed off. This group of West Coast.
Mhm.
So 911 Joke is a serious song about how in their area minorities are not getting the attention they get in other areas.
Mhm.
And people are dying because they're lazy and they're still getting their money, so they don't care.
Mhm. This song was the biggest mistake of the album, Tom Baker says.
Yeah. And to me, when I hear it, I couldn't believe it.
I said, so weird for Duran Duran, nah, not good.
Yeah. And just the way he's singing it, too. He's got like a little tood.
Mhm.
Because they get paid anyway. They only come when they want to. Like a little bratty,
Yeah.
whatever. And then the beginning of that song, there's some light racism in there, I know. I can't really put my finger on it.
See, I was kind of looking out for that because you said so last week, and I wasn't getting that vibe.
Well, because it's almost like a...
It just sounds like that's what happens
Every
when you
time I
rap.
hear that, I think of blackface and the 30s and Mammy.
I mean...
It has that vibe to it. So it's so weird that they pasted that on there.
But I don't think he was making fun.
I think it was I think it was a tribute, but the problem is...
Mm-hmm.
these guys are whiter than bread.
Yeah.
and they're doing
It was
this.
Simon wanting to rap like a black man.
Yeah,
There you go.
And he gave it sort of the Flavor Flav-tude. Funny enough, though, I saw Flavor Flav in an interview. It was on Howard Stern, and Howard Stern, they played the song for him. They were waiting for him to rip it and say how bad it was.
And he liked it?
He thought, I said, I don't care. Anybody singing my song, I love it. That's hot. That's great.
Oh,
And he
that's
went,
nice.
what? Yep, I love it. I'm glad they're doing it. I'm getting paid.
I like
Good for them.
good attitude.
I couldn't believe the
That is
attitude
the
either.
best attitude.
That's his attitude. So the least we say about 911 is a joke, probably the better.
Okay.
So let's go on. It was a joke. Maybe it isn't. Maybe they're still laughing about it.
Maybe. Success.
Here comes success. Not my favorite.
No, I don't like it. Simon, not great. Too much background.
911.
No, this one.
Success.
Yes.
What does he mean by background? Vocals?
Or
the
background
music is turned up?
vocals. Background vocals. I think there's a lot of backup singers and not a lot of Simon, and then Simon's not very good.
Right.
That was my opinion.
And this is another one that doesn't. When I hear that, it doesn't invoke any kind of emotion.
Yeah.
Just kind of.
I didn't like it. I didn't like it.
So I mean, there's not much to say about it, right?
Beat After Beat says success I like.
Well, that's why they put it on the album, I'm sure, to get everybody. You want to. It's a catch-all. I will say that the songs they pick, you're gonna like something on there.
Miss Carpenter says whiter than bread, lol.
Well,
Tom Baker says, but it was better than Vanilla Ice. Ice, baby.
yeah, Vanilla Ice. I mean, what happened there, right? I was there for that.
Yeah.
And it was sort of a. You know who MC Hammer is?
I do know who MC Hammer is.
So he was sort of the top dog there for 10 minutes. He took a riff from Rick James. You know, Super Freak.
Yeah.
Burn, burn, burn.
I know what Super Freak is.
So a lot of people take that riff.
Yeah.
So MC Hammer rapped over that. It was a hit because it had that riff in it. And so then Vanilla Ice said, wow, I could do that. And I could look even dumber than he does. Because he used to wear these big pants and they had the hair like this and he had all the chains.
I know what he looks like.
Yeah, and he would do this dance.
Can we take just a moment? I know we don't do roundups anymore.
What is a roundup?
Weekly roundups of like
Oh,
physical
yeah.
media. Can I just talk
Because
about?
nobody cared.
Can I talk about something? I would pick one of my favorite movies is Vanilla Ice Cooler Than Ice.
Yep, I got that for you.
It is a Blu-ray that you gave me, and it is one of the best movies I've ever seen in my life.
I need to watch that. I couldn't get through 5 minutes of it.
Oh no, it's great.
But yeah, Vanilla Ice is a if there was ever somebody who is a douchebag, Vanilla Ice is a douchebag.
Well, her name was like Catherine or Kathy or something, and he's like, Cat.
Yeah, it's so. And there's a Jim Carrey bit.
Yeah.
Have you seen that?
Yeah, Katie showed it to me.
How funny is that?
Yeah.
If there was ever a way to crystallize Vanilla Ice, look for that clip
Yeah.
of Jim Carrey doing it. We still say that today. There's a part where he goes, I'm not stupid, I'm stupid. We still say that today.
Yeah. That's really funny, actually. Tom Baker, Vanilla Ice was not a nice guy, and I hate him.
Yeah,
he
Robert Van Winkle.
He was rough.
That's Vanilla Ice.
Oh.
He's kind of cooled out a little bit. He tried to do a rock version of it. Years later, it stiffed. And the last time I saw him, he was flipping houses for some TV show.
Okay.
Apparently, he's a good carpenter.
Oh.
So.
Maybe he missed his calling.
Yeah. There was a lot of acts during that time in the sort of 90, 91, 92, where they were like Rico Suave was another one that's like, how is this like a #1 song? Who is listening to this?
Tom Baker, what do you mean you want my top 3? Are you talking about our ending thing, or is he just talking about in general?
I don't know.
I don't know, Tom Baker. Well, hit us with it, and we'll...
Top 3 what?
I don't know. Well, whatever.
I'm happy to give him the top 3. I just need to know which one.
Most hated.
I could do my top 3 hair mousse.
Well, did you hear what I just said?
What?
He said most hated. Top 3 most hated.
Of Duran Duran?
Is it of Duran Duran in general or off of this album?
Off of this album,
Maybe.
I mean, I could certainly probably come up with three.
Yeah.
I don't know, most hated. There, we'll get to one of these albums that I guess I can't say anymore because the end of this whole series is ranking the albums.
Tom Baker, give me your top 3.
Top 3 songs of all
Yeah,
time.
I'm just telling him.
Like,
No, we're not talking to you, Tom Baker.
Okay.
I'm asking
All right,
you.
take it easy.
Yeah, not
It seems like every
Tom
time
the
those flash
loser.
red, you get all aggressive.
Yeah, it's psychological, bro. Do you want to talk about the next song while we wait for an
fire
answer?
away.
Crystal Ship.
Crystal Ship. This is a Doors song.
Okay.
This almost was a single, also.
Beat After Beat says Crystal Ship is pretty. I like.
Crystal Ship. Well, I guess I can't say if it's the best or not on this album because we're not to that part yet. But this is very good because it's a vibe. The crystal ship is being filled. 1,000 girls, 1,000 thrills, something like that. A million way to. I can't remember.
Why are you doing the whole thing?
I know because it's so good.
Do you want to hear my notes?
Yeah.
This is all I wrote. Not my style.
Wow.
Yeah. That's why you're talking about how great it is, and I'm like, ooh.
Oh.
It wasn't my style. What can I say?
I liked it. He does say, he said his voice is so good on that too.
Oh, Tom says, I was talking about my most hated 1990 acts.
Oh, so Vanilla Ice. I don't know if I can distill it down to 1990. I'm trying to think. MC Hammer for me was not it.
And don't worry, Tom Baker, we are staying on track, but we will also take these side times.
Vanilla Ice certainly is probably the biggest Supremo D-bag. Or that Rico Suave guy. I can't even remember his name. He was
Rico
a douchebag.
Suave?
I don't think that was his name.
Okay.
Milli Vanilli. I saw a clip not too long ago of Simon. I'd never seen it before.
Mm-hmm.
He was in England. He was on like a top 20 countdown or something.
Mm-hmm.
And he was doing an interview. And this was in between the time of Big Thing and Liberty.
Your watch says it's time to stand.
Well, I don't have to listen to my watch. And he was there to promote Decade. And he goes through all the records and he shits on a lot of them. But I remember the one, Milli Vanilli, no, threw it down.
Mm-hmm.
So even he knew that was garbage.
Tom Baker says, I agree with you, Dad, 100. So you listed everything great. All right, you have any other thoughts on Crystal Ship?
Excellent song. Simon is brilliant on that song.
Mm-hmm.
That's a must. I would probably, if I was going to do a greatest, I don't even know if you could call it a greatest. What if you're gonna make a CD of songs that you wanted? You want to make your own CD, and you go in through the catalog. Say, what should I put on there? Crystal Ship would probably be on there. How many songs you get? 18 or 20 on a disc?
I don't agree.
See, there's these things that music is on. It's this little plastic disc. You probably haven't seen one in a while, but I still make them and use them because my car is old and has a CD player in it.
Mm-hmm. You done?
Yep.
Okay. Are you ready for the next one?
Sure.
Ball of Confusion, That's What the World Is Today.
Right. And I think
Right.
there's a band called Love and Rockets that did this several years earlier, and it was sort of a hit.
Mm-hmm.
Ball of Confusion, That's What the World
Ball
Is
of I don't
Today.
like.
Yeah, it's just not. It's one of those social. I think the original was from the late '60s or early '70s. It's one of those social.
You're about to be fired.
Message songs that I don't care for.
Mm-hmm. I said out of the rap ones, way better, but still not
He was
great.
kind of a rap, right? People moving out.
Yeah.
People moving in because of the color of the skin. Rap on,
So I
brother.
said-
Rap on.
I said still not great, but out of the rap ones, probably the best.
Yeah, okay.
Give me that.
I'm tainted by the Love and Rockets version, and that sort of. I didn't like it when they had it with a slight hit.
Ron says, love it, fantastic.
Yeah, people like that song.
Tom Baker says, yes, I like Crystal Ship. It has a great atmospheric echo sound.
Absolutely. That song has. You can almost feel it. I can see the crystal ship.
I can't. Maybe that's why I didn't enjoy it as much.
I like it.
No, well, sorry. Sorry.
Reasons why you'd rather cry. I'd rather fly. That's great.
Nah.
Let's give it up for Jim Morrison.
Nah.
You did a good job there.
I'm good.
All right. What do you got next?
I got Thank You.
So Thank You. This is a Led Zeppelin song.
It's also 6 minutes.
Yeah. What's a Led Zeppelin song?
That was a lot for me.
Right. If the sun
Thank You, the best and prettiest song on the whole album, Beat After Beat says.
refused to shine, I would still be loving you. Beautiful song.
Love the singing and the background instruments. We can finally agree on something.
I know 6 minutes is long, but
Yeah, I don't love 6 minutes, but I did like the singing in the background.
are you ready for a hot take?
What?
I think they do it better than Led Zeppelin does it.
Wow,
And
okay.
all you people out there that just fainted, it's true.
Beat after beat, it makes me cry. We
That's
said
what
that's
you're
what you're
looking
supposed to
for.
do.
You're looking for an emotion to reach you.
Mm-hmm.
And they called the album Thank You.
Yeah, you finally got something based off of whatever.
Yeah.
Which, didn't they not do that last album and I was upset?
Are
Yeah, because there's no song that was like
you talking
wedding song or something.
Are you talking about
Having a
Future
song.
Past? There's a Future Past track.
I'm not talking about that.
Which one?
The one from last week.
There was no wedding album song.
Yeah.
Well, because it wasn't called the wedding album. It was called Duran Duran.
And they didn't have a song called Duran
What
Duran.
kind of song could they do? Hey, yo,
Duran
we're
Duran.
Duran Duran.
Stash Duran
What's up?
Duran.
Give me some ham.
I like it better. Just like Seven and the Ragged Tiger didn't have a Seven and the Ragged Tiger song, but then they did, and it was a demo, and I liked the demo, but they never made the song.
I wish they would.
Yeah, me too. I think we still got time. It's like Duran's The Midnight Sun song on Medazzaland.
Yes, Midnight Sun's a great tune.
I also like this one as well.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well there you go.
I listen. Midnight Sun is a better song than Thank You.
Mm-hmm.
But I know what he's saying. Hey, look, that thing just told me goodbye.
Oh, that's nice. At least it said it.
At board the sound bar.
Yep.
It left. All right, what's the next song?
Drive By.
So Drive By. Listen, it's a bunch of word jazz. If you like The Chauffeur, and most of us do, it's sort of a fun little take, and that whole
Drive By I don't like. Beat After Beat says.
because it's not really. Can you really count that as a song?
Yeah.
Other until it breaks into The Chauffeur at the end, then you might as well just listen to The Chauffeur.
So I said no, just no.
Yeah.
That was my note.
He's trying to tell a story.
I don't like stories. I hate stories.
Yeah.
They're my least favorite.
I think it was something, wasn't it? He's Hollywood, La Brea Avenue. I'm trying to remember that. I haven't heard that in a while.
The tune was the only good thing of the song.
Yeah, when it broke into The Chauffeur.
Mm-hmm. Well, I was never a big fan of The Chauffeur.
You're full of hot takes, aren't you? You're attacking sacred cows.
I thought that's why you invited me on this show.
I did. It's just, I mean, The Chauffeur is...
I did really like your face when I said it,
Well,
though.
I can't believe it.
Yeah.
It's sacrilege.
Oh,
How dare you?
I'm sacrilegious. You know what I'm saying? You want the next one?
Isn't it Here Comes Success or something?
I want to take you higher.
I want to take you higher. That's the double up.
Yeah, but we already did that.
So let's get into the delicious B-sides then.
The Needle and the Damage Done.
Not a big Neil Young fan either. However, Simon does an excellent job with this tune.
I want to take, I don't like.
And he sort of channels Neil Young. He sort of sings it like Neil Young would it. I saw you knocking on my cellar door. Come on, baby, can I have some more? Ooh, damage done.
Beat After Beat says Needle is okay.
Yeah, he's just okay. He's got another voice that doesn't really work for me, but this is a good song. And it's clearly about a friend who's on heroin.
Well, dude, I seem to be
That's bad news.
I seem to be with everybody else. Good voice and some good cadence. Not the best, but not the worst. So average.
I like it.
I said it was average.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe a little bit more in the positive.
I think the story reaches me. I think think that's why. Plus, the vocals are so good.
Because you have friends who do heroin.
I don't, but they'd probably be dead.
Yeah, there you go. You ready for the next one?
Sure.
Diamond Dogs.
Diamond Dogs. This is a David Bowie song.
This one's fun. I like it. So there you go. That was my hot take.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I got another hot take.
Mm-hmm.
This is better than the David Bowie version.
I've never heard the David Bowie version, so I couldn't tell you.
It is.
Okay.
And not by a little, by a lot.
Ooh.
I don't understand why this was not on the record.
Tom Baker says, I love that. Beat After Beat says, Diamond is great.
Yep.
Sounds like everybody likes Diamond.
Why wasn't that on the record?
It wasn't.
That could have been a single.
There you go.
I would have made that the third single and put it on there. Just like last week I said Stop Dead should have been on the record.
Yeah,
It's
didn't I agree with you?
It's another perplexing decision.
I love that intro.
Brown, 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 brown.
It's good.
It's a guitar noise.
Okay.
What do you want?
I didn't know. I thought you were dying. So I was just checking.
Come out of the garden, baby.
Cute little dog in the background.
You'll catch your death in the fall.
Arf,
Young
arf.
girl. Nick's sense of humor in there.
Yeah, there you go.
They call in the I don't even know. What are diamond dogs? Anybody know what that means?
What a diamond dog is?
What are they talking about?
What is a diamond dog? Studio album by David Bowie. There you go. Meaning of diamond dog. Let's see. Just want to retell that I'm not here. The album David, I think Ted might reference the album with all the above or Greyhounds. All of the above about Bowie, Greyhounds, plus they're all four of them. What?
Okay, so we're going to say she wasn't able to find out what the diamond dogs are.
It's like the In Evil Beach song, Tom Baker says.
On Evil Beach. How does that one go again? On Evil Beach. I can't remember.
Oh, I think beyond being a Bowie reference, it means best friends. Diamonds are a girl's best friend, and a dog is a man's best friend.
Oh.
So diamond dogs.
That's way over my head.
I really, if that is correct, I don't know how accurate this is.
Sounds right.
But I think that's cool
I'll
sounding.
buy that.
I like that.
And I guess I picture a mansion.
Mm-hmm.
What is wrong with the elevator? Why are they sliding down a rope?
Is that what you're
I mean,
asking
I know it's
yourself?
broke, but
It's broke.
it sounds dangerous to me to be sliding down a rope.
Yeah, well, people do it a lot in movies.
And the garden sounds like maybe somebody hasn't been keeping up with the weeds.
Yeah, I know about that. I can relate to that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You should go do some weeds.
No, it's too hot.
Is it hot today?
It's hot today. You haven't been out there? It's hot.
I was in my car.
It sucks. I like the songs not included on Paper Gods.
Yes.
Ow.
There are some of their best are not included on Paper Gods that are B-sides. They're excellent. The one I'm thinking of is Cinderella Ride is
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
And Down Here with the and the Damaged Dolls stood in a line. Valentine Stones.
I don't remember that.
It's a good one.
I know Cinderella Ride or whatever. I don't remember that one.
Yeah, Cinderella Ride's good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like that.
I like you're going into your own zone to think
I know.
about it.
It's good. It's really good. They're all beautiful.
You ready for the last
Yeah.
song?
This is it. This is it.
None of the above, Drizzabone mix.
Hey, I put that on there because it's a B-side on one of these singles,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't think that's ever been whatever before.
Beat After Beat says it's 66 in Southeast Michigan right now.
Ooh.
I
would love that.
Me too.
Yeah.
That's why I'm sad.
That's the temperature we like. We're used to Washington State where...
Cold and rainy.
Yeah. Although I will tell you, it gets pretty cold here. I've never been in zero weather, and it was 0 here. That was cold.
Yeah.
I never walked out and my car was covered in ice. That was wild.
I like that better. than
You like your car covered in a sheet of ice?
as opposed to sweating.
Hmm. I'm not afraid of the cold, but wow, that was cold.
Beat Up for Me says I don't remember that mix.
Yeah, it's one of the B-sides on here. That's why
Drizzabone mix.
That's why I put it on here. I think it's on Perfect Day. One of these.
You can read that?
Yeah. Oh, I should have put Femme Fatale alternate version. I didn't see that on there. Some
look
bitch.
at you.
Hey, look at this too. It's got Come Up and See Me, Make Me Smile. Oh, it's on the second CD. You bastards. 911 is a joke. Alternate version. I fell down this week. It's because I couldn't read it.
Uh-oh.
I knew there were more songs. I just couldn't put my finger on it.
Uh-oh.
Alternate version of Femme Fatale.
Uh-oh.
I need to hear that.
Oh, well, you better get on it.
Yeah. What's wrong with my finger?
What did you think of this one?
What was it again? Oh, the Drizzy Bone mix? I mean,
What
it's it's off the last album. I just put it on there to be a completionist, and then I missed some. So
it's Cold Era in the UK. Ate it. Someone said they should have Roxy Music in the covers.
Yeah, well, Roxy Music is a big, big, big influence on Duran Duran. So.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense then.
Yeah,
Oh.
there's sort of the template that they sort of copied, and there's some others.
So my note says has some good parts, but mostly kind of icky. Like the climbing part, some of the background whisper is fun.
Yeah,
that's
fun.
about it. Yeah, I have that on average, and maybe a little bit more towards the negative.
We'll have to listen. I fell down a little bit this week.
I fell down.
We'll have to discuss the alternate version of Femme Fatale because I don't ever remember hearing that.
Mm-hmm.
And now that I see I don't even have that CD, I'm sure it's on YouTube somewhere.
Possibly.
I must have it somewhere, right?
Well, you have fun going to look for that. You got a whole week.
Yeah. I want to hear that now.
Now. Well, maybe we could get to it faster if you told us your top 3, your best, your worst, and your sleeper.
The best song out of this pile, and this is a hard choice because you got one that's world class.
Mm-hmm.
That probably I should say is the best. But I enjoy the Diamond Dogs more than Perfect Day. So I have to say Diamond Dogs.
No.
That's my number one.
I said Perfect Day.
Yeah. But they're both good choices.
Yeah.
Mine's a little more of a hot take.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect Day is the bullseye.
Well, you want to know something even crazier? Diamond Dogs is my sleeper.
So we're on the same page here.
Yeah, we just got our categories a little mixed up. What is your least favorite? I'm curious.
So it could be Here Comes Success. It could be I Want to Take You Higher.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the one I just don't want to listen to. You know what? I'd rather hear Drive By than I would rather hear Here Comes Success. Also, how come they were playing Rebel Rebel during this period? Why is that not on any of these?
I don't know. Maybe it's on the next one.
It's not.
Okay, then
It's
I don't
another
know.
cover. What happened there? I'm confused.
Let's have a look at it. Please open it and show me the back of it.
What?
I think he wants to see that.
The ice cream?
I think so.
This is the back here. It's very hard to read. I couldn't read it.
So you got the 2 CD. I want it. I can't find it. Tom Baker says Midazolam was not released in Belgium. Tom Baker says I bought Midazolam in a London record store. And then Beat After Beat says Rebel Rebel live on CD.
It's on a CD. Yeah, I remember them playing it.
There you go.
And so if you look at mine, there's the number one.
My least favorite is Drive By, in case you're wondering.
Is it?
Yeah.
Really? Because it's the chauffeur. Here's the problem.
I didn't like it. Well, I said I didn't like the chauffeur, so what does that say?
I never bought the next CD.
Yeah. Which I've never seen that before.
Well, they were not out at the same time, so it was hard to remember and find it. But I got 1,000 of these things. Maybe one of these is that.
Maybe.
No, this is just several mixes of White Lines on there.
White line, right frame, white line. Do.
Previously unreleased, Needle and the Damage Done. And a bunch more White Lines. White Lines is the thing on
They
this.
love it. They said they love it, and they love playing it, and it's too much.
And then these reissues, they cross out all the songs on the disc.
Okay.
So I don't even know what's on the back of this. Maybe the alternate
Nothing.
version of that, or maybe this is a demo and alternate takes. I know I've heard a
This
pile of
album was my
stuff.
least favorite, but this chat was the best one.
Oh, thank you.
How do you like them apples?
I love it.
Well, I guess when there's controversy, it's a little bit more interesting.
Now, is this my? I told you I used to say this is if you had all the albums out, this would be in the back. For the longest time, people would ask me, "Is it still that way?"
Mm-hmm. I don't think
I'm not
anyone
gonna tell
really
you.
cares.
Well, at the end of this whole show, they're gonna care
Okay.
because we got to say the best and worst album, best and worst song out of the entire catalog.
That's gonna be hard,
Best
actually,
sleeper, it's gonna be very hard.
because I can think of 4 or 5 that are my favorite.
Yeah.
And that's just what it is.
You got to rank them. That's we are human beings, and
We
we
gotta
have
rank
to put
things.
everything needs to be sorted.
It would actually be really fun if we could do a tier list, but I don't know how to make that happen.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've ever seen those videos.
I don't know if you can make a tier list. You could certainly put up a survey, and
So
everybody could at the end check box their favorite.
the reason I say that is because it's a popular thing on YouTube to do tier lists. And there's a website you can do it. Problem is, I have no clue how to make that happen for us. So,
Well, you got plenty of time. There's several more albums to go. I think we have
Okay.
15 or 16 studio albums.
I'm looking for the double album. Oh, thank you. I got confused. I've got the CD singles packages, Ron says.
Yeah, he's got both of them. So he's got the alternative
Beat After Beat says, thanks, Tom.
for.
I don't know. Tom Baker,
Well,
my
you're welcome.
favorite Duran songs are still the same. It hasn't changed.
Right. And sometimes mine fluctuate a little bit, but if I'm going to have to put it down on video and it's going to be on this YouTube long after I'm gone,
Mm-hmm.
I don't think YouTube's going away, but
I don't think
I didn't
so.
think shopping malls were going away, and they're starting to go away.
I
I never thought Sears would go away.
I thought Sears might go away.
I know. It was impossible. But things are disappearing.
Oh, he's talking to Tom Baker, not
Oh.
you. Sorry.
Oh.
Oh.
I wanted to be thanked.
Oh.
I thought if there was one time I was going to be thanked, it would be during the discussion of thank you.
Yeah, well, there you go.
C'est la vie. Anything else to say?
Why don't you give your list one last time just as like a straight up for the documents
Diamond Dogs,
is?
the best.
Okay.
Here Comes Success is the worst, or
Mhm.
the one I just don't want to listen to.
Mm-hmm.
And my sleeper, boy, that's a good question, right?
Oh yeah, did you know you didn't give your sleeper?
I didn't give a sleeper.
Give me your sleeper.
Here's my sleeper. Don't overlook, this is going to be a cop-out, but don't overlook The Crystal Ship. That's one of the best songs on the record. Maybe people would listen to that because they know Crystal Ship. They're like, oh, I got to hear that. Maybe that's not the best sleeper, but I'm going to sleep it.
Beat After Beat thanked you after you had your big crying thing.
I had to. You're welcome.
He
Absolutely.
said, thanks for the great show.
Oh,
And your
thank
daughter, too, so I got thanked also.
Oh,
So
good job, X.
So my favorite is Perfect Day. My least favorite is Drive By. And my sleeper is Diamond Dogs.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Don't miss Diamond Dogs.
I like Diamond Dogs.
That was my favorite. Otherwise, it would have been my sleeper.
Yeah, I like
would say
Diamond Dogs a
absolutely
lot.
Hear that.
Mm-hmm. I wish there was a DJ like you around here. Oh, this is talking to Beat After Beat. Ron, was the double CD Thank You released in the USA? It wasn't in the UK.
So there's not a. Or they're asking each other.
I think they're asking you.
I've never seen a double CD of Thank You. These double packets are singles that they, just like they were doing on the Wedding album. They get you to buy this packet and there's one disc in it. But then they give you a list of songs on the CD number 2, and then you got to go hunt down CD number 2. Which I think this is an import, right?
I don't know.
This might have been an import. Usually it was the imports that were doing that. I can't remember, but here's my CD. It's a piece of paper.
Yeah. You can pretend that you can play it.
Yeah. I guess I should have been on that. I wasn't. But that's what that is. The White Lines has one too.
Red frame, white line.
Eyeball. And here's another. I didn't buy this.
Oh, it's telling you the future. Buy our album. Buy our album.
There's just a bunch of White Lines mixes on here.
I remember being a ton of unsold singles of Perfect Day and White Lines in Brussels music stores. Well, there you
Well,
go.
because they made so many of them.
Yeah.
Look how many perfect days there are.
Yeah, you have like 10 over there.
1,
2.
and this is essentially 2 because you have to have 2 discs.
1, 2.
3, 4, 5.
He's got 5.
And yet don't have the complete set.
Yeah, because you blow.
Yeah, I blew it.
Yep.
Bet it's on eBay.
Maybe. For $500.
Maybe streaming. I don't know.
Maybe.
You have anything else to add, or should we say goodbye?
I think we should say goodbye.
All right.
Do you want to say goodbye, everybody?
Thank you, everybody. It's good to hear from you all and you participating, and I really appreciate that. And it makes it more fun to do it. Uh-oh.
Tell me when you're ready.
I'm getting seasick.
Whoa.
So, thank you. Certainly, we'll be back next week.
Yep.
Even though I had a relapse last week, I recovered pretty quick. So,
okay.
We're here. We'll probably be here tomorrow night to talk about television that matters.
Unless you forget again.
7 o'clock. I wasn't feeling well.
Yep.
I didn't feel well at all. I had a relapse. So, thank you. God bless you. So long. So long.